Good morning. I'm just going to give you the title that I came up with and the blurb, and then I will tell you what's been happening here this morning. What reports can we believe, if any? The ambassador has been asked by the family to hold off making any announcements until a few days from now, perhaps Wednesday or Thursday of this week. While I've been asked not to give details of what is going on behind the scenes, there is, if true, great potential for good news. I know there is always great potential, most often followed by great disappointment. If we are to actually experience positive changes, however, sooner or later the expectations must be realized and experienced. Otherwise, it would seem that we are on a vicious treadmill, ever moving and never getting anywhere. For myself, I choose to remain as optimistic as possible, believing good reports. Why? Because that, to me, is better than succumbing to pessimism and hopelessness. I'd like to encourage you to do the same. Keep believing for the best. Indeed, the last couple of days I've been anticipating having another recorded conversation with the ambassador. I have conversations with the ambassador every day, but most of them are not recorded. Most of them never will be recorded, and sometimes things are revealed that would be premature in announcing before its time, and that's the case with things today. We were supposed to do a video here at this very time, and I was just on the phone within the half an hour ago. I was on a conference with him, and he told me he was asked by the Red Dragon to simply hold off until midweek. I was actually supposed to be participating in some of the events that are going on right now, but of course I'm not there. I'm here in Florida, and so I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for some of the reports that I expect to be coming out. There's already preliminary reports that are looking good, but again, I will not share them until I'm given the green light to do so. But folks, it does look, and not just reports coming from the Dragon family, the report by the LaRouche Foundation that came out a few days ago, or a couple days ago, about this new bill, and I did not, if I had known I was going to be talking about it today and had more of an upfront that I would be doing a video, I might have looked more deeply into this bill that's before the Congress, or that was passed by Congress, taking back power from the renegade President Obama and the renegade executive branch of government that is not operating within the rules of the Constitution. It was a good report. Now, I have not investigated that, but there have been some good news reports that are coming out. And Josie the Outlaws video that I was just came up today, part 2 of the, what's it called, the End of Oppression, part 2, the game. And I've got a lot of food for thought that I have to do some exploring there, because I do not want to be part of exchanging one set of tyrants for another set of tyrants that make better promises. That's a vicious game that we do not need at this time in human evolution. In our awakening process, we must rise above all of these games that have been being played politically for years and years and years, and even centuries and millennia in the political realm. Of course, it's all brought to a head because of the greater technological advancements in communication in our day and age, so that we're getting to see this and witness firsthand this drama that's being played out, where the political game of, like in the United States, of the Republicans promising they will push forward your issues like anti-gay marriage and anti-abortion, and they will and building up a strong military and a strong enforcement arm of the police. They will take care of these things for you because that's what you think is required to make a better world. And then the Democrats, of course, promise that they will guarantee gay rights and a woman's right to choose, and they will fight for all of the progressive handouts that the government has been making since the the New Deal with Roosevelt in the 1930s after the Second World War, or I'm sorry, between the First and Second World War. Anyway, this gamemanship has been going on for a long time, where promises are made, promises are made, promises are made, and all we end up with is more and more corruption, and we end up voting, as Josie the Outlaw said, for the lesser of two evils. And this is to give us the sense that we are making a difference, but we're voting for evil. And I'd like to side with people that are going to end the cabal, end the evil. Now, is that the Dragon family? Well, I hope so. I hoped it was Swisindo. I hoped it was Rusa. I have been long involved in getting involved with people that want to make a real difference, that want to make changes that matter. In other words, changes that materialize in the physical world and not just promise of an escape into some ethereal other five-dimensional reality or some heaven that's somewhere else, while Earth continues to reap the harvest of our ignorance and reap the harvest of the programming of the matrix that's been going on for ever and ever and ever, as long as any of us can remember, and as long back in history as we care to look. And we don't even know in these modern days how much history that we look back into is true and how much of it was made up and make-believe and just lies that we've been being told in our religions and in our history books for a long time by the establishment. We need to get beyond that, and there are reports, good reports, of people waking up all over. There are good reports coming out of people taking back the courts. There was a video that I watched yesterday. I don't have his name in front of me, but this gentleman from England who has created this alternative banking system and has been challenging the courts and winning in many cases. There are lots of good reports out there, but we are the ones that have to ultimately determine where the world is going to go. We have to hold whatever people are promising to work with us and to produce good changes. We have to hold their feet to the fire, so to speak, and make sure that they forgive the debt system and the financial tyranny of the world. We have to make sure they actually follow through on that. We have to make sure they actually follow through on restoring not just common law in the United States and even in the British Commonwealth, but establish common law all over the world, where people all over the world, in every nation, on every continent, have human rights guaranteed and upheld by force of law, because we still need force of law, unfortunately. And I know Josie Outlaw may disagree with me on that, but as I see it, we still need, because we're not awake enough yet as a full humanity, we are not awake enough yet and haven't come enough out of the system to not need a bridge, to not need some tokens of the old while we're introducing the new and unfolding it in a process that will not create chaos. That's my desire. That's my hope, that we can create the changes without creating the chaotic situation where everything breaks down and where violence would probably ensue, because most people are not awake enough to do it any other way than to be violent. And we want to have a peaceful transition. That's what I want. That's what I've been looking for. That's why I continue to work with the Dragon family. I continue to work with the ambassador, and I will do so until I'm proven that they're not going to follow through, as has happened with Swisindo. They did not reimburse any of the people for their travel expenses to go to Indonesia in March. Why? Because Mr. Sugi obviously does not have the authority to release those funds that he is trustee over. He's a keeper. He may be a keeper of funds. He may or may not be, but whatever the case may be, he hasn't been able to release payments 1 through 11 to the world as he promised in March. They were supposed to have been released in March. Then they promised and they said it will happen in September. So they gave themselves a 6-month window. Well, that 6-month window is going to close in another month or two. And will it happen? I don't know. I'd like to see Rusa restore the Republic, or not necessarily the people that are playing in Rusa, because they're too Christian fundamentalists to be in charge of anything. They want their side to win. I want humanity to win. I'm not factionalizing this thing. I want to get beyond the polarization aspects of it, and I want something that works for all of us. And as I look at the world, common law is one of the foundational things, because common law recognizes the rights of the individual, the sovereign rights of the individual, to be greater than the rights of any corporation, especially not government corporations. And corporations have taken over the world and inverted everything. That's the 666. That's the beast. That's the Hydra. That's the dragon with many heads. That is a beast coming up out of the ocean, out of the unconscious. And it's a beast now that we can look at. We can see its tentacles going into every aspect of our lives as it tries to control humanity. We need to awaken. We need to get back and reclaim our life force energy, reclaim our sexuality, reclaim the things that they've stolen from us by making us feel guilty and shaming us for being physical beings through their religious dogmas and teachings on the East and the West. Sinners, or it's all an illusion. We need to get beyond all of this. We can get beyond all of this. We are getting beyond all of this. And yes, there are people at high levels, I believe, that are waking up. Why do I believe that? Because I'm naive? Well, yes, I am naive. I'm naive enough to believe that because I've been praying for that for a long, long time, that ultimately those prayers are going to be answered. I'm also recognizing that I don't have the power in my own life to do anything other than to take control and charge of my own life, to follow my own guidance, to follow my heart to the best of my ability, to do what I feel is best in any given situation at any given moment, and to remain open for new possibilities, for new revelations, for new insights to be given and brought forth to me so that I can share them with others. I am evolving. And I want you to understand that I am going through the same process that humanity is going through. And whether I'm a spokesman for the dragon family or not, I am a spokesman for the evolution of human consciousness, for the awakening of human civilization. I am a spokesperson for that, and I've chosen that. Nobody's given it to me. I've taken the role because it is my mission. It is my vision. It is my destiny that I've seen for a long time, to be a participant in the creation, the co-creation of a world that works for everybody. How many times do you hear me say that? Over and over and over again, because that is my vision. I do not want to lay down my rights to any higher authority that's going to trample my rights, not even one that claims divine authority. Because there is no divine authority that's separate from nature, that's separate from creation itself. There is nothing above creation. Creator is part of creation and works through creation, through me, through you, through nature, through plants, through animals, through the elements of our worlds, through the motion of our heavenly bodies, through the motion of our physical bodies, the motion of each cell, of each atom. Yeah, everything is being activated. Everything is being awakened. Our DNA is being modified so that when I feel a sensation in my body, I look at it as something good, not something bad. What reports can I believe? I could feel a sensation and say, oh, this feels bad, I better go to the doctor and see what it is. No, I don't go to the doctor and see what anything is. Yeah, that would be stupid for me. Maybe it's where you have to go to learn your lessons, but it's not where I'm going to learn my lessons. I look at everything that I feel, even discomforts in my body and stuff like that, as something to focus my energy on, to put my love into, and to be thankful and grateful. I think this shirt is what are you grateful for today? It's the attitude of gratitude. That's the t-shirt that I'm wearing today. And I want to live with an attitude of gratitude for the changes that I see, and I want to create my own reports. And I want to feel and sense my own reports coming to me, not from out there somewhere, but from in here. That's why I'm not in China right now, participating in the meetings that are going on over the next few days. And we're expecting very good things to be reported as a result of these meetings. We'll see. We'll see. But even if they don't materialize the way that I would like them to, I'm still going to be encouraging you to look for something good, to believe good reports, because you want to put your energy in the positive things that are happening for the benefit of all of us. We want our energy there. We want our focus to be there. We do not want to allow the beast and the cabal to pull us down into the fear matrix and the hopelessness, because then that kind of surrender, humanity loses. Life loses. We don't want life to lose. We don't want humanity to lose. We want to win. We want to prosper and be in health. We want to become more than conquerors through the Christ, through the Buddha nature within each of us, the divine within each of us, to rise up and to become the best we can be. Each of us doing our part, playing our role, until we transform ourselves and transform the world in which we live and create heaven on earth. Thank you for listening. Namaste.